Hello everyone, how are you doing today? I'm Cindy and I work at the Adult Day program Faith Place branch. Today I'm going to show you how to make homemade bath bombs. I hope you all tried making my Kool-Aid lip gloss from my last video, and I hope you all gave it a thumbs up. If you watched that video, you know that I shared a little secret with you about YouTube. Would the rest of you viewers like to know the secret that I shared? Well, I guess you'll just have to go check out my lip gloss video. So if you research bath bombs on YouTube, you will see that most recipes use citric acid. This stuff here. This is something that I have never used and don't have it in my house. So I wanted to see if there were other recipes for the bath bombs that don't use the citric acid. And I did find 3 recipes. The first one replaces the citric acid with lemon juice because that's all citric acid really is acid from citric fruit that has been really condensed into a salt form. Well, of course, I did give this one a try. The mixture turned out very crumbly and the 2 sides of the mold didn't really stick together. When you placed it in the water, it did give a little bit of fizz, but not very much at all. And it left a yellowish streak in the tub from the lemon. So, of course, thumbs down. The second one replaces the citric acid with cream of tartar. This one had a little bit better consistency and held together better. It did have a little bit more fizz than the lemon juice, but still not as near as much as the traditional bath bombs. So, of course, that one was a thumbs down as well. The last one I found replaced it with just cornstarch. This was the worst of the 3. It did stick together, but when you put it into the water, it fizzed just a tiny bit, but it automatically turned the water all murky and cloudy, and it didn't really dissolve at all. It is really goopy and sits as a glob at the bottom of the tub. So you guessed it, thumbs down. So if you really want a spa quality bath bomb with lots of fizz, then you'll need to use citric acid. You can get it at a grocery store in the baking or spice section, but I got mine at the Bulk Barn. So let's get started. I want to address something first. When I did my birdseed wreath and my lip gloss, people were commenting on the bottom, can you send me the recipe of how much you used in that? So this time I wrote it up on this board, and I'm going to put it in front of the camera, like so. So you guys can freeze frame and write it all down. And that way I don't have to keep rewriting it. So what we're going to start with today is a bowl, a bigger bowl like this, okay? And then we have a half a cup of baking soda. Put that in there. Half a cup of citric acid. And by the way, this little container, I'll put it in front of the camera, is exactly half a cup. So I'm going to take it, dump that in there, here, okay, and then you have a half a cup of cornstarch, and a half a cup of Epsom salts. And I like using, you can use whatever Epsom salt you want, but I like using the eucalyptus one, eucalyptus flavor on there, because it just adds another smoothness and relaxation to your bath bomb. So once you have that all in the bowl, you just want to mix it up a little bit to combine all the dry ingredients. Okay. Okay, that should be good. Okay. Put that over there. Now, for the wet ingredients, I like to put it in a jar because it's easier to mix up rather than trying to mix it with a spoon. Now the lid. Okay, you need 1 tablespoon of water. Okay. There we go. 1 tablespoon of essential oils. I chose to use a orange flavored one because I find if you use a fruit flavored or a fruit scented oil with the eucalyptus, and I use coconut oil, it just gives a beautiful relaxing smell. The citrus with the eucalyptus and then the coconut oil mixed in, it's very soothing. So we're going to add a tablespoon of the coconut or the essential oil. I can get the top off here. Almost. Okay, you know what? I'm just going to use this way. Some recipes will say like 2 tablespoons or tablespoon and a half. But I find if you have a good quality essential oil, then it's quite strong. So anything more than 1 tablespoon, it becomes really overpowering. But you can do it to whatever your taste is. Okay. That is 1 tablespoon. Orange essence. Okay. Then you need 2 tablespoons of coconut oil. I started by putting the coconut oil in the jar and microwaving it just for like 30 seconds so it became a liquid form. It's easier to manipulate through the dry ingredients if it's liquid form. Okay, then if you like, you can add a little bit of food coloring. I know a lot of people don't want to put food coloring in their baths or, you know, really healthy, but it's just enough really to give it a little bit of a color. So maybe just 1 drop. And as you see, mine's already a bit yellow before I put this in. That's because of the essential oil was orange. Okay, so all you're going to do, you're going to close the lid, shake it up really good. It already smells really nice with the coconut oil and the essential oil. Okay, once it's all shook up, you're going to add it to the dry ingredients that you have in the bowl. Now, because of the citric acid and the baking soda, if you were to dump this whole thing in there, it would just fizz like crazy. And we don't want that to happen. So, you're going to gently... Some people dump this into a spritz bottle and they spritz it, but... So, I'm just slowly going to put a few dabs in my bowl at a time. See, it's already starting to fizz up. You can hear it. You want to mix it all up. The consistency you want this to come into is like sand at a beach. The ideal, like I said, is a spritzer, but this works just as well. I'm going to put a little bit more in. Oh, you hear the fuzzing already. Let's see it fizzing up. We're going to incorporate it all in there. This would be a great thing to make for Mother's Day, which already passed. Could have been a great thing to make for that, or birthdays. Okay, last little bit. Add it in. Once you get the last little bit in, it's good to just use your fingers and make sure that it's all incorporated, which I will do in just one moment. Okay, so take that off. put this over here. Okay, so I'm just going to get my hands in it and just mix it up so that it's all the way through. See, and the food coloring, the good thing about the food coloring is that it shows that whether all the white powders and stuff have been mixed up thoroughly, because it all changes that color. Oh my goodness, it smells so nice. Eucalyptus, citrus, coconut. Okay, I think that's mixed thoroughly. Okay, then what you want to do, you can order molds on Amazon or other places like that. I just went to the dollar store and bought after Easter, I bought the plastic Easter eggs, like so. And you just fill these up and they make the perfect size bath bomb. Okay, so what you're going to do is, I did so I could get the stuff out of the egg because it gets stuck. I tried a few times. I tried putting oil inside, everything. It still gets stuck. So I just got a piece of saran, put it in one side, and did the same with the other side. Okay, like so. Then you're just going to scoop it up. Use both sides. Make sure it's nice and full and nice and tight. Squeeze it together really hard so it packs in nice and firm. Okay. Now when you undo it, you just hold the saran and you pull up. From the saran like so. There's one off. Gently, because it's very, very crumbly until it hardens. Flip it over. Do the same with the other side. There we go. Pull it off nice and gently. There. And you have your own nice bath bomb. I know it looks like it's not together there, but it is. And once it dries nice and hard, it takes, a few hours to dry nice and hard. Well, it gets nice and hard. So until it gets nice and hard, you're going to put it on just a baking dish with some saran paper. Be very, very gentle because it is very, very crumbly until it hardens up. Okay? And I could probably make another 5 or 6 that size out of what we have here. Okay? Just going to move this over a little bit. And I want to show you one that I finished, but mine I did in a bigger ball, and it's a pink one, and show you that it really works. So we're going to drop it in the water and watch it fizz. So it does fizz. The water is probably really cold right now, but it works pretty good. I'll cut this part out. Stop. When you're done, you can package it up in little bags like that with a little ribbon. My kids used to buy them for me, so I just kept the ribbon that says bath bomb on it. And I put it on the little bath bomb. And the other thing that you can do with these is you take a little piece of saran wrap, not too much bigger than the size of the bath bomb, and you wrap it around. Use a hair dryer, and it sucks up the saran wrap around the bath ball and makes a really nice little package. So for this one, I gave a thumbs up, But you guys try it at home and you tell me what you think. Thank you.